Pohnpei, Nan Madol appears almost impossible. Built atop a coral reef with nearly 100 artificial islets, it is known as the Venice of the Pacific. But what truly captures the imagination is not its beauty, it is the stone. Gigantic basalt columns, weighing up to 5 tons, are stacked with astonishing precision. How did ancient builders position thousands of tons of stone on a coral reef without iron tools or wheels? Mainstream archaeology offers one explanation, while local legends offer another. Tonight, we investigate Nan Madol, the floating stone city that challenges our forgotten past.
Nan Madol was once the ceremonial and political center of the Saudeleur dynasty, which ruled Pohnpei for centuries before European contact. The city stretches across approximately 200 acres and consists of nearly 100 man-made islands built from coral rubble and enclosed by massive basalt walls. Canals flow between these structures, creating a maze-like urban landscape unlike anything else in the Pacific. Archaeologists generally date most of Nan Madol's construction to between the 12th and 17th centuries. According to this timeline, generations of laborers slowly expanded the complex over hundreds of years. Yet critics of this explanation point to the sheer scale of the undertaking. Nan Madol contains an estimated 250 million pounds of basalt stone. Some walls rise over 25 feet high, while individual columns can weigh several tons. Even with centuries of labor, transporting such enormous quantities of stone remains a daunting logistical puzzle. The nearest basalt quarry lies on the opposite side of Pohnpei, several miles away across rugged terrain and open water. How exactly was this accomplished? Nan Madol, the ancient mystery of the basalt giants. To understand the mystery, one must first understand the stones themselves. The builders used naturally occurring basalt columns formed through volcanic activity. These columns resemble gigantic stone logs, often hexagonal in shape and remarkably uniform. Instead of cutting blocks from quarries like the Egyptians or Romans, Nan Madol's builders utilized these natural formations and stacked them horizontally in alternating layers, much like enormous Lincoln logs. The result is both beautiful and perplexing. Some of the largest stones weigh between 5 and 25 tons. Thousands were transported to a reef environment where no natural source of basalt exists. The scale becomes even more impressive when considering the geography. Pohnpei is mountainous, heavily forested and surrounded by coral reefs. Moving massive stone columns would have required crossing rivers and navigating dense jungle. Even modern engineers acknowledge that such a project would be challenging without mechanized equipment. The mainstream explanation. Let's explore how archaeologists believe this site was built. According to archaeologists, the stones were likely transported using a combination of human labor, canoes, rafts, rollers, and carefully coordinated engineering techniques. Large groups of workers may have dragged the columns to coastal areas before floating them on rafts made from logs and lashed together with natural fibers. Once at Nan Madol, ramps and earthen embankments could have helped raise the stones into place. This explanation is certainly plausible. Ancient civilizations around the world achieved remarkable feats through collective labor alone. The builders of the pyramids moved multi-ton limestone blocks. The inhabitants of Easter Island transported colossal Moai statues. The engineers of Stonehenge moved stones across great distances. Yet Nan Madol remains unusual because it combines both transportation and marine construction challenges. Every stone had to reach an artificial island surrounded by water. For some researchers, this remains one of the least understood aspects of the site.
The legends of levitating stones. Where archaeology struggles with logistics, local oral traditions offer a far more extraordinary explanation. According to Pohnpeian legends, Nan Madol was founded by two brothers known as Olosopa and Olosipa. The stories describe them as powerful sorcerers who arrived from a distant land seeking a place to build a sacred city. Using mystical knowledge, they allegedly caused enormous stones to fly through the air. Some versions describe a magical dragon assisting the transport. Others speak of chants and supernatural forces that lifted the basalt columns and guided them effortlessly into place. To modern ears, such stories may sound purely mythical. However, supporters of alternative historical theories argue that legends often preserve fragments of real events. Could these accounts represent ancient technologies that were later misunderstood? Or are they symbolic descriptions of engineering methods that became exaggerated over centuries? And so, the ancient mystery remains and the debate continues.
Welcome to the electromagnetic mystery of Nan Madol. One of the more controversial aspects of Nan Madol involves claims of unusual electromagnetic phenomena. Visitors and researchers have occasionally reported strange compass behavior, unusual sensations, and localized magnetic anomalies near certain stone structures. Basalt itself can contain magnetic minerals, particularly magnetite. In volcanic regions, these minerals sometimes create detectable disturbances in local magnetic fields. Alternative researchers have suggested that the builders intentionally selected magnetically active stones. Some even speculate that ancient engineers may have understood principles of resonance or electromagnetism long before modern science. However, mainstream researchers remain skeptical. Most documented anomalies can be explained through naturally occurring geological processes. There is currently no accepted evidence that Nan Madol functioned as an energy-generating structure or technological installation. Still, the persistence of these reports continues to fuel speculation.
Nan Madol is not alone in challenging conventional explanations. Around the world, ancient civilizations constructed monuments that seem astonishingly advanced for their time. In Peru, the walls of Sacsayhuaman feature enormous stones fitted together with incredible precision. On Easter Island, giant Moai statues stand as silent witnesses to a forgotten engineering tradition. In Egypt, the Great Pyramid continues to inspire debates about ancient construction methods. Nan Madol joins this global family of megalithic enigmas. What makes it unique is its oceanic setting. Unlike mountain fortresses or desert monuments, this city was literally built on water. Its creators transformed a coral reef into a monumental ceremonial center using thousands of tons of stone imported from elsewhere. Few ancient projects can claim such an achievement.
Could the site be older than we think? One of the most controversial theories surrounding Nan Madol concerns its age. While archaeological evidence places most construction within the last 1,000 years, some researchers suggest portions of the site may be much older. Supporters of this idea point to the sophistication of the engineering and the absence of clear developmental stages. They ask whether the Saudeleur rulers inherited an already ancient foundation and merely expanded it. Others connect Nan Madol to speculative theories involving lost civilizations, ancient maritime networks, or even remnants of a forgotten Pacific culture that predates recorded history. However, these ideas remain highly controversial and lack strong archaeological support. Current evidence continues to favor a medieval construction date. Nevertheless, the possibility of earlier occupation cannot be completely dismissed and remains an active area of investigation.
At the heart of Nan Madol lies one of its most imposing structures, Nandawas. This massive mortuary complex served as the burial place of elite rulers. Its towering basalt walls create an atmosphere of mystery and isolation. Local legends claim that supernatural guardians protect the tombs. Stories tell of explorers who disturbed sacred areas and suffered strange consequences afterward. While such tales belong firmly to folklore, they contribute to Nan Madol's reputation as one of the Pacific's most enigmatic archaeological sites. Even today, many visitors describe an overwhelming sense of ancient power when standing among the towering stone walls. What the mystery really reveals. Whether one accepts conventional archaeology or entertains more speculative possibilities, Nan Madol reveals something profound about humanity. Ancient societies were capable of extraordinary achievements. Too often, modern observers underestimate the ingenuity, organization, and determination of prehistoric builders. The mystery of Nan Madol may not necessarily require lost technologies, alien intervention, or supernatural powers. Yet it does force us to acknowledge that many ancient engineering accomplishments remain only partially understood. The people who built this city possessed knowledge, skills, and social organization powerful enough to reshape an entire reef into a monumental urban landscape. The builders' sophisticated grasp of logistics and physics allowed them to transport and stack thousands of tons of stone. That achievement alone deserves awe.
As the sun sets over Pohnpei and shadows stretch across Nan Madol's basalt walls, the questions remain. How were millions of pounds of stone transported across open water? Why was such a vast ceremonial complex built on a coral reef? Do local legends preserve forgotten memories of real events? Or are they simply myths woven around an extraordinary human accomplishment? For now, Nan Madol keeps its secrets. The massive stone logs still rest upon their artificial islands, silent witnesses to a civilization that mastered challenges most would consider impossible. Whether viewed through the lens of archaeology, legend, or alternative history, Nan Madol stands as one of the world's greatest mysteries, a floating stone city that continues to challenge everything we think we know about the ancient past.